You're watching Through the Looking Glass with Dr. Jenny Klein.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Klein, and I've missed you, so I'm back with a new show. It's about our feelings, fears, and fantasies, our pain and our pleasure, our problems and our solutions. It's a time for us to get together, talk things over, think things over, and find out that we are not alone. Perhaps then we all help each other make this world and our lives just a little bit better. Did you ever, no matter how nicely you talk to someone, wonder why they get mad and defensive? Did you ever wonder about that? Let's take a closer look at just that issue. Hi there, how are you?
A little anxious. I hope you don't mind if I just play with my rubber band.
No, I don't
find
mind.
that helps me a lot.
I don't mind, Patricia.
Oh, good. Thanks. Some people think it's a little weird, but something I started doing when I was
A kid?
little. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what we do when we're little to take that anxiety or whatever it is,
Yeah.
worries or something, it keeps it in the hands instead of it coming out of our mouth.
Yeah, well, I've been having a really tough time lately with some family members, and I just figured I better take a look at what I'm doing wrong. It's just amazing. It's so many people are just seem so angry and upset.
Why do you assume you're doing something wrong?
Well, when we went to the funeral, she's kind of like a distant relative. I was getting food and I sat down to eat, and then I realized they were coming over to eat where I was eating. And I said to her, oh, sorry, this is bad time, but at least it'll give us a time to catch up. She looked at me like I was the devil incarnate, I mean, I can't even make the face she made. And she
was angry.
Oh my God, she looked angry, but not just angry, but disgusted. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I thought
maybe
what you said was quite kind.
I thought it was fine, but, I guess I said something wrong, and she went off in a huff to sit someplace else. And I've noticed lately that, this doesn't happen much at work, really. I don't notice that people are that highly defensive or upset with me or think I'm saying terrible things or whatever, but it's really been happening with a few relatives. And can you imagine I was so upset I could barely
Because you thought
breathe.
you did something wrong. You said something wrong, kid, time to catch up.
Well, why would someone behave so nasty to me unless I did something wrong?
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the only reason?
I would never behave like that towards someone. Even if they did do something wrong, I would stop and
You'd be
think of it.
kind
It's a funeral, for God's sake. Somebody died, and you don't want to be like a center of attention lunatic at a wedding. I mean, she made quite the scene. She did it another time, too, at a wedding. Oh, my God, she acted out so badly.
Well,
but it was embarrassing.
You were probably a very nice kid when you were probably very careful what you said and very nice.
Well, I liked when people came to visit us.
And you were nice to them.
It was nice to see people.
Right.
We lived out of town. So in order for people to visit us, they had to go out of their way to come to where we were.
And you were very nice. You were a nice
I was
kid.
happy to see them.
And you were careful what you said because you wanted to be friendly, right?
Well, I want to be friendly, but,
That doesn't stop other people's anger.
What do you mean? It doesn't stop other people don't want to be nice?
No, they carry anger around from their whole life, and they have a mouthful of it. And it doesn't matter how nice you are if they have a mouthful of anger and they have to spit somewhere.
This is so confusing to me. I don't at all understand what you're saying. I mean, I know you're trying to tell me something. I'm just not getting it. Makes no sense to me.
Right, because you figure if you're nice enough, all the anger they've stored up with them over a lifetime wouldn't be there.
No,
It wouldn't come out at you.
Well, it wouldn't come out at me. I didn't do anything to them, did I?
That's right. But you think, you said before, I don't know what I said wrong.
Right. Why would they be
Why?
mad at me if I didn't say anything wrong? I must have said something wrong.
No. There's another reason.
Wow.
That is, they're walking around with a lifetime of anger saved up when they couldn't express it and they were little. And they saved it up, and it keeps spilling over on people all over the place. It doesn't matter how nice you are and how nice you say things. You think it's what you said wrong makes them like that. It's not. When you were a little kid,
Wow.
who got mad at you even if you were nice?
I
Who
guess
had a
it's my
temper?
mom.
Ah.
Well, she didn't have a temper, but I don't think she had a temper. She just was like, give you
Negative.
negative faces, and
Oh, that,
she wouldn't
that's
talk to you.
Okay, that was your mom before you were born.
Huh?
Some
Wow.
people take from their
This is a real
child-
brain
the
teaser.
same way you took from your childhood, trying to be very nice with how you say things, very kind, very thoughtful, very
Because I don't want
considerate.
people yelling at me.
Right. And if mom came to her motherhood with a pile of anger, it's going to come out of the kid when the kid's doing nothing wrong. Because it couldn't come out at her parents when she was little. They carry it around. It's not just, what did I do wrong that make them be angry?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that kind of power, honey. No matter how nice you are. If they're nice people, like the people at work, they're not going to come at.
Yeah, we got a great group of people there.
But it's different people
Right.
are going to respond to you
Right.
and your niceness and carefulness differently. If mom's got a pile of anger she saved up until she became a mother, you're going to get some of that anger no matter how nice you are. It has nothing to do with you being
She always
nice.
seemed annoyed, unpleasable, right?
Yeah.
That's
People
what you mean?
save up their anger,
Mm-hmm.
and when they now are in power, they let it out on their kid, no matter how nice the kid is. People at work are
Well,
nice
why
bunch
wouldn't
of
she do
people. They
that to
didn't-
my sister?
I don't know.
Maybe my
Was it
sister was
older
nicer.
sister? Younger sister?
Younger.
Was your sister as nice as you, or was she angry? Did she give it back to your mother?
She never talked back to my mother.
And your mother was nice to her, but not nice to you?
My mom just scared me. I mean, I just never knew when she was going to be nice or not. Wasn't much niceness there, I don't think.
Did she ever treat your sister the same way she did you?
I don't think so. My sister's like the same as my mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In other words,
Doesn't talk
she,
to you,
she
doesn't
takes
consider.
the nice kid who's careful what she says and be nice and polite to dump anger on, but your sister copied your mother, and she would probably whip it back at your mother, so your mother doesn't
My sister and my
do it to
mother
her.
just didn't communicate, didn't talk to me. They always felt like they were against me, you know what I mean?
Your sister copied your mother's style.
Huh.
That's why your mother...
Nothing's ever my sister's fault.
Well, she unfortunately is kind of like your mother. So your mother beat you up because you're nice.
They never hit me.
No, with the mouth and the expressions.
Sometimes I would have rather.
So you thought if I could be perfectly nice, you'd change your mother's style.
Right. Because I figure
No.
if you're nice to someone, why would they be mean to you? And you're telling me that has nothing to do with me, I think, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, if you're
But
nice to
that's so
someone
weird because
and
we're
they're
here,
angry,
we're
it's
right
not
now,
reasonable.
and I'm saying hello. Why wouldn't you say hello? Why would you say, I can't curse? I don't want to be rude.
Let's take you into the woods. And
Okay.
in the woods, behind a tree, there's a lion with big teeth. Would you go over there and pet him?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't even go into the woods by
Why
myself.
not?
Because it's not safe.
Why not? You're a nice person. Why wouldn't it be safe?
It's a
Plus-
lion. They
Of
don't
course,
care.
a lion has a nature that bites your hand to get a meal.
They eat people, I
That's
think.
right. And so do some personalities, no matter how nice a kid you are.
That's
You're
so
smart
weird.
enough not to pet a lion in the woods.
Right.
Ever think of that?
No, never thought
Your
of that.
mother is not one of those nice people. She's kind of like a lion. The people at work are not like lions. You're nice to them, they're nice to you. They're a great bunch. It's wonderful. But if there was a lion gets hired at work,
Oh, I used to work for one of those.
okay.
Bite your head off.
Tell me, were you as nice to them in the beginning as you are to the other ones?
Yeah.
Some people bite you, some people don't. Some people are lions, some people aren't.
Oy, oy, oy.
So it's not your doing something wrong that makes someone respond in an angry way. Your sister's like your mother.
But see, the thing is that even if that's true what you're saying, and it's not like I don't believe you, it's just not.
It's not what you believe. You
Yeah.
always blamed yourself for not
Right.
being nice enough.
Other people don't see that that person's a lion. And they put it, they side with her, oh, she must have done something wrong.
Well, that your sister would side with your mother because she sees that she's a lion too. But
She
you
wanted my mom to like her.
But in your imagination, did you ever think, if I could be very nice, I said everything perfectly right, then Mother wouldn't be like that? If I was good enough?
What I thought was is if I never disagree with her, never have a thought of my own, just go along with whatever she says
Yes,
or
Mom.
wants, that
And if you were 100%
it's hard to do.
perfectly nice and not have any thoughts of
Agreeable,
your own,
right? Agreeable.
then Mother would, no, you would be the person that get attacked first. Because you're so agreeable, you're not going to bite back like your sister would. We bite the ones who don't bite back.
But see, my sister didn't fight back with my mom.
No.
No, they yelled at me. I was the bad one.
So, but she joined Mother's nature.
Yeah.
So it's rather better that she yelled at you than yelled at her mother. But she
My mom
joined-
never took responsibility for any situation.
including her own behavior.
Well, she never did anything wrong. It was always somebody else was mean to her. Oh my God.
And
so
what you're
confusing.
saying is that I don't know what I did wrong to make her like that.
It seemed like I was making her like that, yes.
Yeah, because your expectation, if they did everything perfectly right,
That's the message I got.
well, that's what you believe, then that is a self that's blaming you for your mother's reaction.
Doctor,
'cause
would you
it's
mind
less
very
than
much
perfect.
handing me a Kleenex?
No, I don't mind at all.
Thank you so much. I'm
There
glad
you
you
go.
have them. I don't think I'm going to cry, but I just might.
That's okay.
Oh God, so
In other words, you're not. If you're not perfectly nice, if you were perfectly nice, your mother would be different.
don't you think?
No,
I know you don't think that at all.
no. That's a wish. That's not a reality.
Frickin' fantasy.
Yes, it is. It's fantasy from our imagination. If I was perfectly nice and I never, ever, ever, ever said anything that wasn't perfectly nice, then my mother would change from a lion to a pussycat. No, darling.
You know, I remember a time when I was in 8th grade, and that's a long time ago. And these boys were like my friends. And then one day they told me I wasn't nice anymore. And I said, I'm never talking again, like I could stop talking. Never going to happen.
You believed them.
I did. I really thought
You were
that.
trained by your mother.
Oh, God.
Your mother's always right, so it must be you weren't nice enough.
So weird.
I'll never talk again because I'll say the wrong thing, and
Which is
that's
a
why
silly
they're telling
thing.
me that. I wonder what I said wrong.
I
So
do.
I'll never talk again.
But they
'cause
wouldn't
I'll make
tell
a
me.
mistake. No, that's just them being mean. They say to you, they probably wouldn't say it to their mother, their father. You
Whatever,
know, but they
who
say it to you.
knows?
But our imagination
Remember.
is a wish, and it can really build a self that will then blame us for other people's reaction to us. You don't have to do that with your work people because they're all pretty nice people.
Oh yeah, ever since that one person, to be honest with you, he got sick and died.
You
Otherwise he'd still be there. We felt all bad that he got sick and died, but he was so difficult to work with.
Well, he was
He was just
angry
owner's
type.
son,
a lion.
a lion. And the owner's not like that, but his son was.
You know,
Jacket.
lions eat pussycats who just want to be happy and kind.
Wouldn't it be nice if people had these little signs on their head? Could avoid them.
Please tell
I
me who you
don't-
are before
yeah.
I start blaming myself for your
Right.
nature.
No, because I do that all the time, I guess. God, it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, if I'm nice enough, then nobody would be who they are. They'd be
But
nice
it makes
back.
me afraid to confront. Do you know, I mean, it's just like I just want to avoid. Like I'm really having difficulty going to some family functions. Like I don't want to go.
Why? Because you blame yourself.
Because I'm going to run into these people and they're going to be mean, and I don't want to be around mean people.
But if they're being mean because you weren't perfectly 100% nice, then you're going to be hating yourself.
Say that again?
See, if they're going to be mean and you're expecting yourself, well, if I said everything 100% nice, they wouldn't be mean, mommy wouldn't be mad, and they wouldn't be nasty. So I've failed by not being 100% perfectly nice in whatever I say. So when they're mean to you, you think it's your failure.
Right, that's true. I think I've done something to offend them.
So it triggers your self-hate from the 100%. You must be missing something because they wouldn't be nasty if you were 100% perfect.
It does hurt my feelings when they're mean. But I don't want to...
Through your imaginary expectations of 100% nice, that self says you failed.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if Hitler came over here and he didn't like me, I wouldn't blame myself. Would you?
I would not want to come over if Hitler was there.
No, but the point is that just because he's a miserable, angry
Right,
person,
but we'd
I'm
still
not
be
gonna-
dead.
True. But the fact is, when we are killing ourselves for not being perfect because
Right.
someone else is angry, we're killing ourselves.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
So when you're avoiding
So
those
it's just a trigger, you're telling me.
when you see these angry people when you go, take this sentence with you.
Mm-hmm.
This is not about me or my failure to be 100%. This has nothing to do with me. These people are carrying their anger from God knows where in their history and dumping it wherever they can.
They must have a lot of anger, though.
Mm.
Can you imagine how angry they must be?
Well, some people don't blame themselves. They just keep pointing toward everyone else.
Wow.
Like you said, oh, what did I say wrong?
Yeah.
Why do you assume that?
Because I think that's the way it is.
No, you're
That's
wrong.
what I learned.
Well, when you go and you meet an angry person, think, what are you going to say to yourself?
Going to
This is
say
not
they
about
must
me.
be angry.
For their own reasons.
They must have come angry.
This isn't my failure that
Right.
they're angry.
So can I say to them, don't put your anger on me? Because they'll then say, oh, I'm not. I mean, there's no way to get through to them is what you're telling me.
Well, there's a way of saying, I see you're very angry and I know it's not about me. In other words, I'm not accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
See, they don't want to hate themselves. They're just going to point the gun over there, like cowboys, you know?
Yeah.
Pull it out of the holster, it's pointing down. I'm not good enough, and then you point it at someone else and you shoot them.
But I can't shoot back.
You don't have
See,
to.
I feel like
You have to shoot the part of you that tells you you did something wrong. You have to say, this
I
is
didn't
not,
do anything.
This
It's
is not about me. Their behavior is about them. It's not about
So
my saying
exhausting.
something wrong. That's the work. It's
Wow.
exhausting to have to deal with angry people and feel bad and guilty about yourself. You have to correct that belief by saying, when they're angry, this is not about me. I'm not that powerful to make them angry. They got there all by themselves.
Got their
I don't
all by
create
themselves.
lions by going to pet them on the head and then they bite my hand. I didn't make that happen.
So how do you let people know that they are lions? Why would they listen to you? They'll just argue with you that you're making a mountain out of a
You
molehill.
probably will not convince them,
Then.
because they'll say something like, well, the way you walked in the room and the dress that you're wearing is like mine. And they'll blame you for their anger because they won't take
That's what they do.
responsibility for it.
And then they tell other relatives things that they're making up in their heads. And what's wrong with these people? They believe that stuff.
You know what is
No
a
one
good thing to
stands
say
up.
someone like that?
What?
Because they don't know about it, but it'll stop them in their tracks. Instead of being angry at themselves for not being God knows what, powerful, whatever. It's good. It's a good thing to say is when they're, go ahead, shout at me, tell me something nasty. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead, go ahead, say something nasty.
To you.
Mean to me. Go ahead.
Ugh, I don't know why you'd think I'd want to catch up with you. You're such a mean, stupid woman.
You know, you shouldn't be that hard on yourself.
I'm not. I'm mad at you. You're an idiot.
Why are you so mean to yourself?
You know what? I
See,
think
the
you're
more
crazy
you try
too.
to put it on me,
You just keep
the
putting
more
it back,
I'm
I
going to
think.
point out what you don't want to know, and that is instead of hating themselves, they're going to dump on someone else. They're going to shoot someone else.
Right. So what you're saying is they'll get exhausted, I
They
guess.
will get nervous.
I see.
Why are you so hard on yourself? Because number one, I'm not reacting because I'm saying this isn't about me, their anger. They've been carrying it around their whole damn lifetime. And when I say that to them, they don't want to know that they're angry at themselves for not being whatever.
Wow.
So when you say, why are you so hard on yourself, in a very compassionate, kind way, your own style? Why are you so hard on yourself? In other words, you go like this, let the arrow they shoot go over your shoulder. You say, why are you so hard on yourself? That's what they don't want to know. That's why they're shooting you. Try that.
Yeah, I guess I can. Nothing
so-
to lose, right?
No, you say, their anger is not about me failing to be nice enough. And then say, why are you so hard on yourself? That's what they're doing. Instead of hating themselves, they're just shooting you.
Can I just say you seem rather angry?
Sure, you can say
I
that.
guess what would they say?
Well, I am. Why do you wear that kind of a dress, like my dress?
So they'll just say yes.
Yeah. I'm
And then
angry
they'll
at you.
rationalize.
Yeah,
their-
so you say, you seem remain your own style. And you just say, well, why are you so hard on yourself when they're being hard on you? Because I'm not buying it. I'm not going to say that to them and say, why are you so hard on yourself? They don't
Well.
want to know they are.
Why don't people want to know that they are? What function does that serve for them?
Well, how do you feel when you say, what did I say wrong? Aren't you beating yourself up?
Let me think about it. I just assume I've said something wrong. I'm not beating myself up. I just take responsibility for their bad behavior, which I guess is really ridiculous.
And you're making yourself feel guilty.
I feel bad that they're upset.
Right. But that's beating yourself up.
I see what you mean.
You see?
Hmm.
They don't want to know.
What they're doing.
Yeah. So you say,
So they
why are
put
you
it
so
out
hard
there.
on yourself? You can say it very kindly, too, because that's your style.
So much work. People are so weird. I can't take it anymore.
You don't have to. You
don't have to take it
Don't take
personally.
it personally. That's right. Very good.
That's what you're saying,
That's
I
right.
guess.
Don't take it personally, because people have their own complexity as to why they do these things. I mean, some people kill people. They write on walls. They burn your house. How do we know? We can be innocent victims of this.
That's true.
They're doing that for their own reasons, for anger they've stored up over a lifetime and dump on you. Anyone they
Wow.
can. That's not because you did something wrong.
So even though I did nothing wrong and they say something mean, it's not a causal thing.
No.
Right.
You
It's
didn't cause
coincidental.
That's-
But it still hurts my feelings.
Well,
Why am I so sensitive to that?
because you're saying, what did I say wrong? So
That's what you think.
It's triggering your say, if I did everything right, they wouldn't say, be that way to me. Mother wouldn't talk to
Well,
me.
don't you think that if I just agreed with everything they said,
No.
they would not be mean?
No, they need to spit up. And
Somewhere.
you're there. No matter what,
What?
you say, they're going to spit at you so they don't have to hate themselves.
Wow.
Or know they do.
Wow.
So the best thing when you meet folks like that is saying, this is not about me. And then if you feel like, you can say, why are you so hard
It's going
on
to take a
yourself?
lot of practice.
Practice, it does. But look what you get. You get rid of the
What
guilt.
do I get rid of the guilt.
Because you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to beat myself up, because no matter how nice. Okay? So we're going to talk more next week. Practice, okay?
I'll bring my rubber bands.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, I want to thank Sue Friedman, who is a wonderful therapist in Bridgewater.
Yes, I am. Thank
And
you so much.
yes, you are, and a wonderful guest on this show who plays these roles just brilliantly because she's very bright. And I thank you very much.
You're so
Sue
welcome,
Friedman.
Dr. Klein. Always enjoy it.
Okay, it's always a pleasure. And in the meantime, just keep saying hello when I'm bopping around the street, and make sure, my cameraman Kaz has said to make sure to take a look at my YouTube thing. You can see the shows on that under Dr. Jenny Klein. And what else? Go to my website, drjennyklein.com. He told me to tell you that too. And sometimes I forget. Your comments are just keep saying hello when I see you around town, and give me a call, 908-722-2933. If you have any questions, an idea for a show. In the meantime, you take real good care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and just keep looking through the looking glass.
Dr. Jenny Klein would love to hear from you. Email her, jennyklein@gmail.com, or give her a call at 908-722-2933. If you'd like to see more, feel free, just go to drjennyklein.com.